All right, what's up, folks? It's Steve Holmes here. We're back. It's nighttime. We don't normally stream at night. Wanted to try something different. We got a new sound setup that we're continuing to iterate on, and I thought I would do kind of a test stream with the new sound setup, but also turn on the click and do a little playing with the click. I'm going to warm up first, though. Um, so feel free to hang out. I'm just going to improvise just a little bit, warm up, get the hands moving, and then we're gonna turn on a click and see if see how bad my time is. All right. Thanks for hanging out. My name's Steve Holmes. All right, getting the blood flowing. Hey, Steve, huge fan. Love your playing. Thank you. Few questions. Random YouTuber. Is this a studio? This is a soundproofed room that doesn't bother neighbors. So, although admittedly I don't normally play this late. So we're going to turn on a click here. And my time is going to be all over the place. We're going to do 7 BPM, and the click's only going to be on counts 1 and 2. Counts 3 and 4 is not going to have anything. So let's get that going. I have to turn off these speakers here. So the idea is to kind of pick a tempo that's uncomfortable, really. I was doing 63 earlier, but that was not happening, so we had to speed it up. And I guess it's worth mentioning my routine, like when I'm turning on a click, especially if I haven't played with a click for a while, is just to start super simple. Like play on the click, like make sure you're with it. Super simple stuff, quarter notes, eighth notes on all limbs. Make sure you're like, with it. And then you start taking chances, So we'll see how this goes. Seems pretty loud. Let me know if that click is too loud. All right. Okay. So that was 70 BPM. Um, so you can see, like, like it's been a long time since I've done this kind of thing. You can kind of see, like, the process. Like, my goal is to kind of obviously be able to play whatever I want with the click without having to worry about the click. So at first you kind of make sure, you play simple and make sure you're with the click, make sure that all the, the subdivisions are within the space of the two clicks in the way that you expect. Sometimes they're not, and I totally, had a couple of brain farts in there a couple of times, but that's the process. Like, I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. So we're probably going to, I don't know if we should speed it up or slow it down. Let's see what folks are saying. How did you like the diecast on the Phoenix? I debated between Recording Customs, Maple Hybrid, which have diecast. Wonder how you like. I love the Phoenix. The Phoenix are, pardon me, the Phoenix are the best drums in the world. Period. The end. The Yamaha. I mean, I'm a Yamaha artist, but I love the Phoenix, and to be honest, like, I love the Recording Customs too, but you may have seen I did that stream where I put up the Recording Customs and I tuned them up and I spent some time with them, and that was fun. But when I went back to the Phoenix, there kind of was no contest for me personally, and specifically it's because these drums are just, they're louder and fuller. Like, you literally get more back. Like, when you hit one of these toms, you get a big doom. That's the sound I like. You get like a big, loud, present, full sound when you play them. 10, 12, 16, 22 Yamaha Phoenix drums. This is an older snare. This is a pearl brass snare. I recently changed snares because I was having problems getting a good sound with the other snare, which I had up for a long time, which was this guy, this Noble and Cooley, which sounds great in this room, but when I switched using my Apollo audio interface and using Apollo plugins for all the processing, which is what we're doing today, I was really struggling to get this snare to sound good, and so I needed a bigger, louder snare, and so that's why this is on here. And I think it sounds pretty good. We're not there yet. I need a room mic in here. Someone recently convinced me. Louis Palmer, who you guys might know, he's an amazing drummer. He's been kind of helping me, dial in my sound here, and he was like, get a room mic. So I think I might do that, but this is not a very big room, so I'm not sure where I'd put it, up in the corner or we'll see. It'll be fun. It's fun dialing it in. I mean, to be honest, I've been like obsessing on getting this new drum sound together, like, more than I care to. So I'm actually eager to kind of get it behind me, but just yesterday I kind of arrived at a sound that I like. So let's see. Nice kick combos for warm-ups. Any tips for speed? Not the end goal. You have so much fluidity. Any routines to get faster? Well, speed is just like, I mean, let's see. Amazing times. Late night drum hang. Great surprise. Speed, there's just kind of no shortcuts for speed, you guys. I mean, it depends on the kind of speed you're talking about, like singles versus doubles versus, I mean, there's fingers, wrist, and arm. This is what I say. These are the three engines. So I try to use all three of these to my advantage, and I think that there is some benefit to the, the things that people, like the practicing on the pillow, like I've spent some time doing that, but I've also spent a lot of time trying to like take advantage of the rebound, of the drum in order to accommodate, strokes in succession. But really, getting your hands to move fast is only part of it. The other part is getting your arms to move around the kit. Like, are you just playing fast on one drum? Chances are you're moving your arms around the kit, and that also needs practice, just getting your hands used to moving from thing to thing fast enough to accommodate what your hands are trying to do and what you're, the phrase you're trying to play. Like one of the go-to phrases that I do a lot, like with the three toms, because I had a 4-piece for a long time and then I switched back, and it's just like a 6-stroke roll with just like 2, 2, and 2. But I've gotten kind of fast at that. But that's a good example of like just something to work on to get used to your arms moving around the kit. So that's just like 6 notes, like 2, 2, and 2. And the faster it is, it's like the lower the volume's going to be for me, because I'm not like Chris Coleman, with jet engine arms and ridiculous facility. So, chances are the faster I go, the quieter it's going to be. But that's just an example of something that I would consider kind of fast, and maybe I've spent a little time on it, whatever. And it depends on how fast the tempo is and whatever, but really there's no shortcuts. Like, to answer the question, it's like, oh, how do I get fast? Like, you just gotta practice. There's no shortcut to it. Make sure you're not fighting yourself. Make sure you're not using too much of one thing, like only arms or only wrist or only fingers. Like, take advantage of all of it. Work on all of it. So there's that. And then once you get the technique and the speed going, it's like moving it around the kit. Like I always say, the Virgil Donati power drumming video, pre-YouTube. It might be on YouTube now, but he put out a video a while ago called Power Drumming, where he talks about, that kind of thing, like moving around and doing different combinations of like this with this, with one hand, and, two, like, like he would, go from cymbal to tom and, cymbal to cymbal, and just basically cover all the combinations. So when it came time to do it, he wasn't like stuck, So, all right, so no feedback on the click volume. So let's do some more. Marcus says hello. Hello, Marcus. If you guys want to support the channel, that would be great. There's different ways to do it. There's like what's called a super, like next to the smiley face in the chat, there's like a $sign, or like a thing called a super sticker, where you can make a donation. I don't have a Patreon or anything, so we're trying to upgrade the setup here. Or if you just want to PayPal me, like steveholmes@gmail.com. If anyone's feeling generous, if anyone wants to support, the drum information that we're doing here, click volume was fine. Okay, cool. All right, well, let's go back to the click and let's do a different tempo. The previous was 73. Let's really embarrass ourselves. Let's go back to 60, which is going to be hard, and I'm going to screw it up, and I guess we'll see. I got to tell myself, like, start simple, and just be with the click, stay in the shallow end of the pool. Make sure you can swim before you step into the deep end. That's basically what the process is. Hey, Steve, how are you? Did you work on the new Modern Warfare game? Are you going to see Vinny play New Year's Eve? I'm not planning on going to see Vinny play New Year's Eve. And I did work on the new Modern Warfare game, yes. I work on the campaign, though. I don't work on multiplayer. I'm a campaign designer, and so I scripted several parts of the campaign. That's the stuff that I work on. So Modern Warfare 2, we're talking about, I worked on that game. I'm a video game designer, by the way. All right, so 60 BPM and only 1 and 2. So this is going to be bad. I'm going to screw up, you guys. And I'm probably going to delete this stream, so we'll see. Ooh, man, warts and all. Huh? See, that is hard. That was 60 BPM. And I feel bad kind of because it's like, I feel like I had more success on like the blowing, soloing stuff than I did like with the groove stuff, you know, and that's not good. That's not good. We should spend more time. I should spend more time just like grooving with that stuff and not worrying so much about like the blowing. Although part of me just, wants that freedom, to be able to do that and not worry about the click, which seems to kind of happen and not happen, It depends. Let's see what's up, folks. My name is Steve Holmes. Thanks for hanging out. We're doing a little test nighttime stream here. Testing the playing with a click and our new kind of drum sound here, which is not as good as it used to be. But I have to kind of abandon the old way I was doing the drum sound processing, which was through Logic, actually, using all the plugins and EQ compression and multipressors and reverbs and everything was going through Logic. And by doing that, I couldn't play along with a click, couldn't play along with a track. And so we're doing it this way. So I can play along with a click, or I can turn on a click. Whether or not I can play along with it is up for debate. Let's see. What are folks saying? Post those questions. We talked about speed. Let's see. Your soundproof room. How did you do that? I hired a contractor and I did a lot of research and found a place to live to where, neighbors would not be a problem. I'm very fortunate in that regard. I don't have neighbors very close to me. And when I spoke to them, they didn't seem to mind anyway. They were actually very excited about having a musician around, which is also exceptional. But yeah, there's tons of videos on YouTube about, soundproof your drum studio and sound absorption and stuff. The trick with that, is once you get soundproofing done to where, okay, sound is not leaving the room, now the room itself has to sound good inside. That's a whole other challenge. And that's with sound treatment. Those are different. Sound treatment, soundproofing. So I had to do tons of research and learn about that stuff. And this room sounds good. It's not amazing. It's not like AAA recording, but for my purposes, for like guy on YouTube, like it's fine. Let's see. Halftime chops. That was insane. Amazing timing moves. Thank you. Late night drum hang. Yes. Let's see. Hi, Steve. How are you? 2 questions. Oh, yeah. We talked about this, right? Modern Warfare, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell my high school students. Let's see. Playing to a slow click is one of the best things you can do for your feel. Man, it is challenging, as you guys see. Super challenging. Let's see. If you don't mind me asking, what does it mean to be Yamaha endorser? Do you just get discounts or also free stuff? Scripted question if not appropriate. No, it's fine. I have a long-time relationship with Yamaha, and I get gear from them, with a discount, and yeah, I love their stuff, and so I'm happy to just be associated with them, to be honest, at this point. Let's see, drums and cymbals sound really great on the feed. Thank you. That's great news. Great news. I've been obsessing, and my wife will tell you, she's like, I've never seen you so obsessed with this kind of thing before. It's like crazy. Trying to get like a good drum sound in real time. That's the thing, because I'm like into the streaming now, as you see. Not so much making videos, like edited videos like I used to do, which I will do again. I just like the streaming thing because it's fun to just click a button and play, and talk with folks. I really like doing that. But in order to do that, you have to have a good drum sound in real time, which means it has to be processed quickly. And I'm doing that with this really cool box called the Apollo Twin X, which has hardware. It processes all the DSP, the digital signal processing, like in the box before it even sends the signal to your computer or your DAW, whatever, your digital audio workshop. Sorry, my glasses are all crooked because I got like this. Check out my setup here. I've got earbuds with the soundproof cans over top because like I one of the benefits of this Apollo thing is I can actually have a different volume in the headphones versus what goes to the stream, which is important because I've got it really loud in the cans and it's not as loud in the stream. So I'm planning on doing another stream at another time to kind of show like the new setup and the Apollo hardware and the Apollo interface and how I'm streaming with that. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that it sounds good. Thank you. I'm not done yet. I think it sounds a little too direct and I need it to sound a little more roomy. Let's see. You're really starting to Yeah, I mean, it's funny, you know, starting simple and you can see like me kind of stop, like you stop thinking and you stop listening for the click and you're just kind of gelling and dancing with it. Like that's the finish line, you know. Like your fill, so natural. Thank you so much. Drums sound awesome. Do those sticks not have a defined bead? Says Bobby Vincent. What's up, Bobby Vincent? These are a Vader 5B wood tip. That's what sticks these are. Here's your bead. Love these sticks. Vader 5B. Boom. So why does it not sound like it? Bobby's like, are you playing with the butt end, Steve? Maybe it sounds like that. Sorry. Let's see. Couldn't play with a click due to latency and logic. That's correct. Let's see. I bite pretty hard. Okay. That's the guy's name. Yes, I can't play with a click with latency with logic. Yeah. Logic introduces latency because it has to process the sound. And so there's latency means delay, folks. And so when I would hit a drum, there would be a slight delay. And so that's no bueno. And I did a test. I managed to set it up so I could only hear the click, but I could send the logic drums to the stream. And I did a couple test videos, and there was a big delay. There's actually still a tiny delay. And it's interesting because for our purposes here, it's like, hey, Steve sounds like he's with the click almost. You know, if my goal is to like convey good sounding time, then any latency at all is going to go against that. But I'm at the point now where I'm tired of like fighting it, and I'm just kind of going with what we have. The latency that the Apollo stuff has is very, very, very minor. Almost unnoticeable, but it also depends on how much effects you put on stuff. You know, let me see if I can switch to this. Can I switch to the console? Yes, we can. Is this the whole desktop? Yeah, this is the whole desktop. All right, so there's my stream. All right, what does that look like? So yeah, this is the Apollo console here. This is what's feeding in real time to the stream. Like these are my overheads. This is the EQ on the overheads. This plugin is awesome for EQ. This is the closest thing I could find to like the Logic EQ plugin. And so, yeah, I've got obviously EQ and compression on a bunch of stuff. I've got a bunch of compression on the snare, and everything is going to this master bus. And this thing saved me. This thing saved me. You can actually hear the difference. Like I can turn this on and off, and you'll hear the difference with and without this mastering plugin. And I'm not an engineer, so let me turn off the talkie mic here. What's going on? Sorry, I know it's like Hall of Mirrors and actually. Sorry, I should have planned this better. It's possible you guys can't hear me now because the audio from the screen capture. Anyway, this is the Apollo thing. I'll do a better video on this stuff later. I'll go back to this. There we go. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time like trying to learn this stuff and trying to get it sounding good. And I just recently got some traction to the point where I feel comfortable streaming with the drum sound from the Apollo stuff. Yeah, I need a new camera. Snare's popping perfectly. Thank you. Got the brass snare. Yeah, this is a Pearl brass snare. I'm really happy with how it sounds. Hi, Steve. That's a K-Splash with holes? Question mark, says Brian Schwartz. This is an A custom. Sorry, let me get it so I can see my camera angle here. Let's see. This is a custom You can see the A. This is an A custom EFX splash. I can't tell what the size is. It's a 10 or an 11. Let's see. Let's see. This is a 10. I'm also a Zildjian artist. Love the Zildjian stuff. Like I really do. If I wasn't a Zildjian artist, I'd still be spending a lot of money on Zildjians. This guy is this is a K hybrid splash. I will show this to you. And I've been digging having the two splashes actually. You know, we were doing a bunch of stacks and stuff. See, we get through phases. I was stacking stuff and experimenting with that, and oh, there goes the wing nut. Now we're doing splashes and X-Hat. You know, we're going back to the 90s. This is a custom hybrid splash. It's an 11. 11-inch custom hybrid splash K. That's what this is. All right. So I'm gonna have to do a bunch of gymnastics to get that wing nut, and so I'm not gonna get it. All right, my wife is FaceTiming me, so let's mute things while I talk to her. So stand by. Here I am. This is the real life stuff right there. That's what happens when you're streaming on the internet. It's like, yeah, hold on while I chat with my wife. Yeah, sign of the times. I kind of feel like. Anyways, yeah, we were looking at splashes, and my wing nut came off. I thought I had another one around, but that's like on the other side of the kid, and I don't feel like unplugging things and doing gymnastics to get it. So we're gonna take our chances without the wing nut. It's probably gonna come flying off. Let's see. Yeah, the mix sounds great. Not over processed like many others. Preserves the nuances. You're playing great. That's great news. Thank you. If you're looking for stream upgrades, different camera angles would be nice. Your drums sound awesome. Incredible mix. That's such good news. Oh man, I'm so relieved. Yeah, camera stuff is next on the list. This is why I'm like asking for, you know, support. My little digital tin cup camera. I actually have cameras. I need a camera switcher. That's my plan, is like get the cameras going into a camera switcher that goes like Thunderbolt. I have one available Thunderbolt port left. And so that's my plan. And I did have it working one time. My last stream before this, actually, if you check on my channel, I managed to get my iPhone talking to my laptop. And so I threw it on a tripod, and we got a pretty good camera angle, actually, on that one. So that's next. Once the sound is done and I'm fully satisfied with the sound, the video stuff is next. So I agree on that. Streaming interface would be awesome. Yes, I'm going to do that, because there's tons of videos on, like, hey, how to stream, you know, with the Apollo stuff, but there's nothing about like drumming. So I think it might be useful. I think folks might find it useful, like how to stream drums with Apollo hardware. Because man, I spend so much time like wrestling with this thing to try to get it working well. And it's my fault, because I'm not an engineer. The Apollo stuff, it's for engineers. All the plugins, they're basically virtual versions of actual studio gear. And the thing about Logic is it's easy for non-engineers to just like do what I call like figure it out studios. Just experiment with stuff. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? And instantly get a sound that you like. And that's what I did with Logic with the help of YouTube. Actually, who was a great help was this drummer Austin Burcham. You guys may have heard of him. He had a very successful YouTube series a while ago called Lesson with the Greats. And he has another series on how to mix drums, how to master drums. I actually learned a lot from Austin. Check out his channel, you guys, Austin Burcham. He's a really smart guy when it comes to gear and recording drums and stuff. And I'm actually looking forward to sharing my new setup with him because he said that he hadn't messed with the Apollo stuff a lot. So it's a little pricey, but it's worth it, I think. Can't hear. Oh yeah, when I did the screen sharing, I think it turned off my microphone. People were like, "Oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me now?" You can hear me now. Yes, of course. Okay, sorry, catching up on comments here. Yes, okay, that's good to know. When I switched to the screen sharing, the mic turned off. Thank you. Let's see, putting together a drum streaming setup is a lot harder than people think. If you want it to sound good and you don't want any latency, it's very difficult, but I feel like I've got it down. Kick sounds great. Is there some dampening in the kick? Yes, I actually have a bath mat in my bass drum. Like a rug you'd see in a bathroom because it has a rubber bottom. And that's why I like it, because I put it in the drum, and because it's rubber, like it doesn't move, And so it's been working for me, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because, who knows, maybe it one day I'll come in and my shell will be rotted out because rubber, maintains moisture and it's going to rot my shell or something crazy. Let's see. Kick sounds great. Let's see. Catching up on comments, guys. Sorry. Imagine you ignore the call. Machine is the stream. Doghouse. Yeah. No, you got to work it out with the missus, man. All the hobbies and all the activities. Got to work it out. Wingnut Holmes, risk taker, chops maker. Multiple camera angles are a little overrated. You know what? I kind of agree with that. It's not so much like multiple, like foot cam and overhead cam and all that stuff. Like it's just about like one or two. I think two is good. Like two good ones. Like one really good for demonstrating drums and one really good for like this part when we're just like talking. I think that's a good goal to have. I'm just a random YouTuber with the $2.99 donation. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Austin has been MIA for a while. Yeah, he has. He kind of stopped making videos, but I messaged him recently and he responded, so he's still around. I plan on kind of geeking out with him on my new setup. I'm looking forward to that, actually. He's a great guy. You mentioned soundproofing. Did you happen to use Adamute proofing? Building a drum room now, proofing the floor, ceiling, and walls. A few challenges, though. Yes. Oh, man. I don't know the name. Let me check really quick. Let me check my my Amazon history and just see if I can find it. There was a insulation that I learned about on YouTube that goes inside of your walls that really, really helped. And I ordered that, and my contractor didn't even know about it. And I bought a bunch, and I had him put it in my walls when we redid this room, and it was the right call. Let's see. Buy again. Search all orders. Let's see. Sound. Search. Yes, here we go. Noise Grabber mass loaded vinyl. That's what it's called. Sound. Let me click on this and then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It's like this black stuff. Sorry, let me switch to the OBS so I can see what I'm showing you. Yeah, this is the stuff I bought. This went in my wall. So take a screen grab of that. Let me find the actual name of it. Is this it? Last purchase, view order. Sorry, I'm trying to get the exact name. We're talking about soundproofing, and I'm looking at my the thing that I bought. Yes, it's called the Noise Grabber Mass Loaded Vinyl. And it's sold by a place called Soundproofing MLV. And it's a very heavy, thick black insulation that goes inside the walls. And that's what I had the guys put in here. But again, like, I don't have close neighbors, you guys. So, and this room is actually like it's kind of like in the center of the house. It's actually part of the garage, but it's not my garage. It's a room inside of the garage. And so that's what I bought. And so my contractor added his own, like whatever he wanted to do for the soundproofing in addition to that. And when you're inside the house, you can kind of still hear the drums. It's not like soundproofed. It's kind of like a really well insulated like rehearsal place. And if you're next door, you can kind of hear the kick a little bit. That kind of thing. So that's what I got. Let's see. A bath mat is a brilliant solution for the kick. Thank you. Is that a mini split on the wall? Mini split. I don't know what you're referencing. I have an air conditioner and then like an AC outlet like in the middle of the wall. It was here when I got here. That's what that is. Let's see. Also, often I see drum videos. Too many edits. This greatly increases the complexity of the streams. Yeah, I mean, I love editing. I'm a straight up hobbyist editor, and if you guys check out my channel, you'll see I've got tons of videos on there. I did this video with these, this trio called Altered. It was myself, Jeff Miley, and John Flickcraft. We did one of these pandemic performances where we all recorded our parts separately and synced it up and all made videos, and I edited it together like this cool picture-in-picture thing, and I find editing videos of musical performances particularly enjoyable because you have to know who to show and when. Like who's playing the cool thing, who's playing the important thing, like that's what you show. And a lot of live music videos get that wrong, and I don't. I'm good at it. And then I also did I did this tribute video for Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush, like when he passed away. He was a big hero of mine when I was young. And I spent like a month making a video about him and why he was important, because I wanted people to be able to watch something, maybe folks that don't know why, like kind of the people that were like, what's the big deal with Neil Peart? Like, why do people talk about him? Like, that's who that video is for. And I spent a long time making it, and so that was fun too. That was kind of, a chance to work on my editing chops. So anyway, I love the editing stuff, and like I said, I'm gonna do another one. I'm not done making videos. It's just the streaming stuff is just, you can do more with less once you get the setup, like the amount of information in this stream alone versus like an edited video, it's crazy, Let's see, just nailed over the studs like a vapor. I couldn't tell you. I didn't build this room was here when I got here. This is one of the reasons why I love this place, like this house that I got. There was an office already in the garage, and I was like, okay, well, this is a sign. And so we kind of extended it out a little bit, made it a little bit bigger, and just soundproofed it. That's what we did. And I actually have some pictures of that like process, and maybe I'll put them up at some point. Let's see. These streams are great. By the way, Steve, thanks for doing them. Such a great hang. Always learn something. That's great to hear. I'm a random YouTuber. Glad you're digging it. Let's see. What are you working on these days? You're looking at it, like playing with it. I'm working on my stream setup. I'm not practicing. I'm working on, like, I spend all day, like, going like this, bat, 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 and recording it in Logic and playing it back into the Apollo stuff and dialing in Apollo plugins on that recorded sound. That's what I'm doing and it's taken a long time. But again, it's my fault because I'm not an engineer. That's what I'm working on. But in terms of drumming, like, man, like my head is just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just in this place where I feel like I'm kind of getting to the next place in terms of the phrases that I play. I'm playing like kind of stuff that I haven't played before because that's just what happens. If you just keep playing, like my brain just kind of like throws me, different mutations, different variations of different phrases, and it's like this new stuff with toms and symbols and stuff, like simple statements, that I catch myself doing. I'm like, oh, that was kind of neat, and I kind of latch onto that and like, kind of go with it, Let's see the finalized. They finalized the Peart statue. I live 20 minutes away from the Lakeside Park. Wow, that's cool. Going in probably in the spring. Yeah, Lakeside Park. It's there's an old Rush song, and it's about that place. And I guess they put up a statue of Neil there. It's pretty cool. You make a video of the build. Oh yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we can see your Peart homage video. Yes, click on my channel. Go to the channel. Go to my channel, you guys. If you haven't seen my channel, there's a lot of content in there. And not just from my videos. Like if you click on live, all my streams that I've done, this is what I hate, because I leave my streams up and they don't come up in people's feeds, even though there's tons of content. Like I'm telling you guys, at the risk of sounding like, however this is going to sound, there's a lot of useful information in these streams. And so go back and watch them. And maybe if during the talking part, like click on the speed. I do this for videos on YouTube. There's a little gear, you can change the speed, watch it at like 1.25, 1.5 speed. And it'll just be like me talking like this really fast. It's like, and some of the videos, there's chapters in the description, but not all of them, because that's time consuming to do that. You have to watch it. And at this time point, you say this, and at this time point, you say that. And then, put that in the description, and it's helpful. It's great having clickable chapters, but it's time consuming to do that. So if anybody wants to watch one of my streams that doesn't have chapters and make the chapters for me, that would be great. You can email me at steveholmes@gmail.com. Hey, Lavish D is here, you guys. Lavish D, long time Steve stream watcher. Hey, Steve. What make Tane Watts so good? I'm not familiar with his licks. Man, it's not about his licks. Jeff Tane Watts is one of the greatest jazz drummers, one of the greatest drummers of all time. And you just got to dive into that stuff, dive into that music. It's not his licks, man. It's what he brings to music. I mean, he's a good soloist. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like him for his soloing. He's got chops and he's got a great understanding of like rhythms, and he gets it, like the grid, like metric modulation, polyrhythms. He gets that stuff and he brings that stuff to his playing. But more than that, it's like his time, what he plays while he's playing time, I love. And just his feel and, his presence. That's another thing people don't talk about. As soon as you go on stage, you are asking to be like, judged. Not just the sound of what you're playing, but like what you look like. Like if you like, whether you like it or not. I've said this before, there's some drummers like I like listening to, but as soon as I see them, I don't like it anymore, because the energy of their presence and their vibe and maybe the way they hit or something. And I just kind of like, I'd rather just listen. Other guys, they have a great presence. They just have this energy. Maybe it's a conviction thing. It's how they hit. It's, their setup and, the way they hold the sticks. It's just everything. It's just a package deal. And not everyone is for me entertaining, like for the whole package. That's what makes the great guys, my favorite guys, great, like Tane and, like Neil Peart and, these guys that I used to dig, and Vinny and just everything, like watching them, listening to them, their kit, their energy, their expressions while they play, so some of that stuff can hurt or help. And for Jeff Tane Watts, it's like, it's just everything. And he's a veteran too. Like there's really old records with him where he's just playing the coolest stuff, like way before folks were like, he's just great. Wynton Marsalis, Standard Time Volume 1, Branford Marsalis has a ton of recordings with him. There's one called Contemporary Jazz. And it's not all straight ahead stuff. There's stuff with backbeats on there. The first tune on that record is called In the Crease, or just The Crease. I'm not sure. And it's like, I can't even tell you what it is off the top of my head, but it's like, it's a sequence of bars, and many of them are different meter. They're not it's like 7/8 and 3/4 and 5/4 and 3/8. Like It's nuts, and they just blow all over it. Branford Marsalis contemporary jazz. I've listened to these records so much that I can sing all the solos. Like it's nuts. I love that stuff. So it's not just like, hey, he's got cool licks. It's like he makes music, and what he brings to the music is beautiful. And I wish I could give Jeff Watts a big bro hug. Oh man. So there you go. Let's see. So yeah, my Neil Peart video is on my channel. Click on my name, go to my channel, and it's there. I think I actually created a separate playlist called Discussion, and the Neil Peart video is in there. So check it out. Hi, I'm from Calgary, Alberta. You're still a set time for your bro. I don't have a set time for my streams. I'm sorry about that. But I leave my streams up, so you can just go back and watch this from the beginning. You can rewind Steve live streams. Yes, you can. Cool. Thanks. Mr. has a question. Sorry, couldn't let that go. Mr. Coons. Okay, we're making jokes and stuff now. So I guess I'm going to play a little bit more, and then we're going to call it. I don't know if I should I play with a click again? Let's play with a click again, but let's speed it up. Let's do that. Because, you know, we did it really slow, and now let's try something fast. Oops, go away, go away. I'm using like an old iPhone. This old sorry, this old Click app on an old phone. That's what I'm using. And I think I have a thing in here. Oh, geez, I just lost the click that I was doing. Oh no, this one does 1 and 3. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's do something faster. Let's say, like, instead of 120, let's do like 123. Something odd, okay? 123. It's gonna come flying off. You see what happened there? I do that sometimes. Like I get like the 5 against 2 with the right hand, like da 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 chi 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 ka chi 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 boo chi 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 ka chi 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 chi. And then I start to like, okay, let's try to put the bass drum on different parts of that, like boot boot ka chi 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 boots boo boo, you know. And then I kind of go full on, like modulate to that 5 feel, and I can get there, but getting out is where I completely fell. That's fun to work on. We should do that more. And I've done that before, but it's always something that kind of you stumble on, and that stuff's fun because you do it and then you start to hear the new meter in 5, and you're like, ooh, maybe we can play on that new level of of whatever. Anyways, more fun with a click. That was 123 BPM, just the counts 1 and 2. Totally screwed up about a bunch in there. I'm so rusty with this stuff. Yeah. So, but that's part of the process. Warts and all, as they say. All right. If anyone's interested in supporting, you can click on the super. Actually, after the video's done posting, there's a thanks button. You can make a donation through there. You can PayPal me, steveholmes@gmail.com. I don't have a Patreon or anything. Like, this is it. This is it. So if anyone wants to support for the information, that would be great. What kind of snare you're using? This is a Pearl Sensitone brass snare. That's what this is. I'm looking to get like a Yamaha one. So that's going to happen at some point. I have to get in touch with those guys. So catching up on comments, and then we're going to wrap it up here. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow too. Nice video. Awesome. Very well done. Thanks. You guys went and checked out the Neopard stuff. Gotta go. Thanks. Thank you, Bobby Vincent. Use the right symbol. Wingnut. Oh, yeah. No, I kind of was hoping this thing would fly off while we were playing. That would be funny. It's a pearl brass. Okay, we talked about that. Nice sound. 12-inch tom always stands out to me as sounding excellent. That's good. The 12 is particularly hard to tune, but honestly, the Phoenix stuff, like, it just tunes itself, man. You throw the head on, you get a little tension, and these drums really do sing. Really a master of metric modulation. I wouldn't say master, but I mean, 3/4, 6/8 and 4/4 and 3/4, like all those meters taking the same amount of space. Like I like, kind of being able to go within there. But the 5 thing I was talking about, I'm not 100% comfortable. That was just me kind of experimenting, riding the bike for a while and then falling off, really. The click was off, not you. That's really funny. I wish. Inspirational improvisation. Steve, I hope you have it up for a while. Thanks for hanging out, Cal. Let's see. Brian Schwartz, look, it happens. That was sick, though, yeah. The splash survived, indeed. Man, when crypto comes in, I am going to hook you up. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm not interested in crypto. We'll just take US, we'll just take actual currency, but I appreciate the support. Respectfully, if you're into crypto, then, hats off to you. I hope you become a millionaire. Oh, man, more donations. Paul Rose with the $5. Electric Stable with the $3. Steeble. Man, these names. Electric Steeble. You guys just got to use your name. Like, the internet is here to stay. Everyone has an identity on the internet. I just started, like, Steve Holmes is my name on most things. I'm all like, Electric Steeble. But I shouldn't make fun of your name because you don't. I appreciate the $3. I'm just trying to read it correctly, I thought it was Electric Stable. It's Electric Steeble. Anyways, thank you for the donation, Mr. Electric. I'm in practice with your soloist book. It's so useful. Do I have a book? I'm not aware of a book that I have. But if you're digging the stuff, we appreciate it. But we're going to wrap it up. This is the end of the stream for tonight. I'm probably going to be back on tomorrow. I don't know when. At some point in the afternoon. I'm trying to find some play-along tracks. And, Electric Tastable. Oh, Tastable. Sorry. Oh, my God. See, I totally butchered it. Sorry about that. Electric Tastable. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I just play the same stuff over and over on these streams, you guys, as you see. So it's going to get boring pretty quick. But it's fun. I have fun doing this. This is super fun for me. I appreciate the support and the donations, and we're going to call it. Ugh. It's past my bedtime. All right. Thanks for hanging out. My name is Steve Holmes, and we'll be back with more drumming at some point. All right. You know, if you want to know, like, you can click, you subscribe, and I hate to say it because everyone says it, but like that bell, that will notify you when I go live. So if you really want to catch the stuff when it goes on, then click the notifications thing, and it'll tell you. Because I don't have a set time when I do this, unfortunately. Okay, that's it. We're calling it. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you next time. Late.